Okay, so I want to get all this stuff out, all this weight out. As you can see, there's still a lot of stuff in here. Pretty much, I mean, everything back here is gone, and then everything behind the dash is gone, and then pretty much everything else is still left. I'm gonna get out what I can get out, cut it out, unbolt whatever's left to unbolt, and I want to weigh it at the end. Put it on scale. I'm curious to see what I can get out of it this go around. Obviously, I never weighed it in the past, what I took out, the back seat and the stuff behind the dash and stuff. None of that ever got weighed, but already got the seat out, obviously. The driver's seat's gone. It's just sitting right there. Battery's right there behind the dash. I want to put it up in front of the tire on the passenger side. Over here. Get as much weight in front of the tire as possible. So let me get started. I'm gonna get all this crap out and got the door panels off, got the sound deadening out. I took a bunch of the plastic and stuff in the back that was still on out. I got the battery out and the tray that it was sitting on. It had the stock tray that goes under the hood. It was under here, so I got the battery out. That frees up some space and some weight back behind the tire. Gives me a chance to clean up a little bit of my wiring. Not gonna really do much, it's clean enough for me. I gotta take the ground wire and the power wire out of here. I found a hole right here whenever I got the sound deadening out. Rust all the way through. You can see my hand there on the other side. So, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not good, but could be worse. But bucket full of the, why am I drawing a blank here? I just said it. You know what it is. All right, dash is out. Dash, dash. Sunroof, gone. Sunroof. So, pretty much I got to do a lot of metal cutting, clean up some of the wiring, and I'll go from there. But for now, I got to go get my kids. School's getting out. So, and I got to get some cutting blades. So I'm gonna get some cutting blades, pick up the kid, come back, do some metal cutting. So I got everything cleaned out. As you can see, cleaned everything out. I'm gonna start cutting back here. I'm not cutting out a whole lot back there, but I'm just gonna start back there and kind of try to work my way forward. I'm taking the torsion springs out for the trunk right now. So once I get these tins loose, this will drop the bracket on this side, and then taking the tins out over there will drop the bracket for the other side. So there's only two 10mm bolts holding each bracket, so I'm gonna get those out real quick and I should be able to pull the whole mechanism out. Not sure how far back. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to get to it from here to try to get all these spot welds out or not. So at worst I'll have to cut it from the bottom here up to the glass, but I might be able to get the spot welds out. I'm not sure. Got this shelf back here out, as you can see, or maybe you can't, I don't know. Well, let me try it like this. As you can see, shelf is gone. There's a little bit more support back here I took out, but I got this drawn already. You can see the line all the way around, all the way up to the B pillar, and then up, and then around here. And it comes back to there. So this whole section will be gone on both sides. Alright, finally the back is done. I got to clean up all the sharp edges with a flat disc, but I got everything cut out. It's pretty bare. There's still more I can take out, but it's a really good start. So now, next, doors are getting the chop. Damn, I fucked up the screen protector with the sparks from the grinding. Anyway, that's pretty much what it's going to be. There's still, obviously, still got to clean a lot of this up. Just going to leave the window rails for now until I figure out how I'm going to fasten this. At least it'll give me something to attach to. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Got to clean up some of the wiring, get rid of all the wiring that I ain't using. Obviously the windows aren't going to roll down anymore. Got that door done. Still got to be cleaned up like the rest of the car. Still all jagged and stuff like this one. But for now I'm going to switch over to the dashboard. Dashboard has a lot of plastic behind it that I can cut out. I'm basically just need a dashboard to hold the cluster. As you can see, there's tons back here. It doesn't weigh a lot, I know, but there is a tons back here. Really the only thing that we need is to save the cluster mount, and everything else can go. That's what I was able to take out. Maybe 3-4 pounds, if that. 2-3 pounds, but it really skimmed up the bumper, or trimmed up the bumper. So bumper, what am I talking about? Dashboard. So as you can see, it's all bare. It's pretty much just plastic now, except for this little bit of metal holding the cover for where the airbag used to be. So the dashboard is done. Now the dashboard is done. I don't feel like grinding on this trunk lid today because I don't feel like dealing with metal shavings. So I'm gonna jump in here and start tackling some of this wiring. I gotta get rid of a lot of it that's not being used. I'm gonna start back here, get rid of these cables, get rid of some of this wiring that's not used, and work my way to the front up here. So that's everything that's coming from the back of the car. That's everything. Fuel pump, sending unit, tail lights, headlights, tag lights, and that's it. Just got to get that door over there, that wire harness out of that door, up through there, all the way over to here, and then that should be it. The rest of it will just be getting rid of some of the sensors that I don't use anymore, some of the, you know, some of the wiring for like the ABS and the airbags and stuff like that, the brake switches, well no, one brake switch, but the clutch switches, stuff like that. So as you can see, I got this all separated from each other. What I'm trying to do is just remove everything that's not needed in this main harness and then in the sub harnesses. This door harness I already got going. It's over there. You just pull it out here, pull it out this way, and then you can push the whole harness out that way. But I'm just going to go through every single harness and take out what's not needed. Okay, so I got the stock harness cleaned up a little bit. Still got to take a little bit of some of these wires that I ain't using out, just depin it. But the wiring itself is done. Okay, so taking a closer look inside. Since I'm done with the wiring and I can get that put back whenever I get the grinding done. Still gotta take this out. Still gotta take this out. This I was gonna leave, which I still might until I do the window, I don't know, but for sure gotta take this out, or finish taking this out, get that one out. Then I can start getting the wiring put back in and start getting the car put back together, and maybe leave it together for a little while this time. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. Any ideas? I don't know. I have no idea. Plexiglass. Somehow. So as I make my way to the front of the car, as I'm taking everything out, getting all the metal out, I realize I forgot something. That's the harness to the passenger side front lights, turn signal, headlight. And whenever I was doing the wiring harness right here, I came across it, kind of did away with it, not really paying attention. So I got to trace all those wires back. Okay, so before it gets dark, as you can see behind me somewhere, it's getting dark. Where is it at? I don't know. See, it's gone, so it's getting dark. Got everything taken out, cleaned up. It's all nice and clean in here. Nice and clean. Got most of the wiring back in, if you can see back there, which you can't probably. But the harness for the tail lights, the brake lights, it's all wired in. Still got to be put into place. Everything's wired in. Got to clean up the heads of the plugs still. So that's it. Fuse block is back in. I cleaned out everything from back there. Got rid of what's not needed. And I still got the nitrous harness I got to clean up. But got everything cleaned up. I mean, cut out. Got to still clean up the edges. As you can see, the metal's all jagged. So still got to clean that up. But wiring's back in for the most part. Everything's cut out. Dash is cut out. Just got to clean it up. And yeah. Getting progress done. Or whatever. Progress. Okay, so I think I got everything out that I'm gonna take out for now, at least, except for the trunk lid right there. I got to still cut the trunk lid, but everything is here. Look at this pile of crap. I don't think it's gonna exceed the limit of the scale. I got a refrigerant scale. It's limited to 250 pounds. So if I have to, I'll do it in multiple loads. But I wanna get it all on there in one load and see what the actual single figure is instead of having to add it all together. But as you can see, pretty limited on platform. It's only so big. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to stack on at once, but let me start stacking it and see how far I can get. Okay, so right now it's at 154.4 pounds, and I gotta dump this off, and I'll put the carpet and the rest of the plastic that's on there, or that's out of there. So the carpet weighs 17.2. So I'll add that to what it was before. I forget already. 154.4, I think, or whatever. I'll have to look back. Okay, so, and on that load, 16.4. So, call it, I think it was what, 154 and 17, so 171, and then 16, so 187 pounds, plus whatever comes off of the trunk lid. So all this webbing will be gone. So 187 pounds. 100 pounds per tenth, about, call it 2/10. 187 pounds saved, gone, out of the car. All behind the front tire, but nevertheless 187 pounds. Oh, forgot something. That's a half a pound. 16.7. So 187 pounds out of the car. Oh, still got the headliner and the windows. So I know the windows are going to get replaced at some point in plexiglass, so it will put the weight back, but obviously not as much. Let me dump this off of here. Alright, let me stick the windows on here. See how much the windows weigh. So 187 pounds plus another 16 pounds. So 203 pounds. And then the headliner, which is probably the heaviest thing in the car. Window's gonna fall. So the headliner added, holy shit, 3.5 pounds. Okay, so 203. Okay, so 203 plus the 3.5 pounds, so 206.5 pounds, 206 pounds we got out of the car. That's pretty good. 206 pounds just kind of floating around in there. Gone. All right, guys, so you saw it. There it is. 200 pounds out of the car with a couple hours and a couple cutting wheels. Got a bunch of metal out of the car, a bunch of plastic, a bunch of wiring, the sunroof, the glass and the doors. A bunch of stuff came out. Big pile here. Like you saw, over 200 pounds, which, rule of thumb, is, you know, a tenth per 100 pounds. So looks like we gained maybe 2/10, which is cool. Only took me a couple dollars and a couple hours and got all that weight out, but everything's pretty much back together. This seat's back in, shifter's back in, everything's back hooked up. Got all the metal cleaned up. It's not all jagged anymore like it was, all the way around the doors and all the way in the back and stuff. No more jaggedness, no more gonna cut you up. I still got the trunk lid though. Got to get the support for the trunk lid on the inside out. I haven't even bothered to think about how I'm going to fasten it down, but shouldn't be that complicated, and then I'll be able to get rid of the latch and the surrounding support. But metal's cleaned up back here, wiring's good to go, just got to tie it up back there. It's all clean over here, all the casing is on, got it all cleaned up. Got the nitrous harness right here all cleaned up. It's going to run up here to the shifter now, instead of being in the dash where it was. But that's it. Got 200 pounds out. Should make a bit of difference. Power to weight ratio, not a big engine, not a lot of displacement, so every little bit of weight counts. Just got to finish up a couple things and I can call this portion of the car, like from the B-pillar back inside, done. And then the door's done. Well, I guess more than that. The dash under there is all done, but talking about cutting and removing more weight that's still structurally part of the car. But yeah, so 200 pounds gone. And yeah, I look forward to the next thing I gotta do, next thing that comes up. But that's pretty much it on this one. Got the weight out, got the pile over there, bunch of stuff. Gonna finish what I got to so I can get it back on the road and see how much of a difference it makes, basically getting up to speed on the launch. So thanks for watching though. Come back and see me do what it is the next time I do on this beater.